Shai, okay? The Milaners, the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, who taught us to teach. Okay? And shalom to the brothers that teach the truth in the four corners of the earth, alright? The hopeful elect, okay? The 1/3, okay? And sincere listeners, sincere Aquat that are listening as well. This is GMS Toronto, back again, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, man. Okay? And as you can see, man, prophecy is unfolding itself, man. The son of Apostle Tahar said in a matter of months. Okay? It could be within 6 months, 12 months, 32 months. It's still months, man. It's not years anymore. You know? This prophecy is actually unfolding, man. Okay, a lot of people are putting off the evil day. Okay, they're fanning their hands, they're not trying to hear this word. Okay, but we're here to bring it out, man, nonetheless. Okay?
Okay, quick set.
Go ahead,
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and say, measure thou time dignity in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before thee.
That's right, man. Measure the time diligently. And that's why you see wise men, they come in week in, week out. Okay? Because they measure the time. Okay? Just because you're not on this side, but you're here, doesn't mean that you don't believe you're a wise man.
That's right.
Okay? Because you're tuned in. You're in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know this place is going down, man. Okay? The Lord is supping.
That's right.
And He's basically preserving you from the evil day.
That's right.
Okay? All you got to do is just believe Him to the end. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's right. The Lord's going to visit this world, man, that He made. Because a lot of you people deny the Heavenly Father, man. You deny the fact that He created this earth. Okay? You guys give honor and praise to a Big Bang Theory. Okay? You do anything but give credit to the Heavenly Father. You say
right.
Mother Nature. Okay? The Lord is the one that created this earth, man.
That's right. Verse 3.
That's right.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and arose of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, speak to those things from the days that were before thee,
That's right.
even from the beginning.
That's right. Uproars of the people, man. Not too long ago, France was in uproar not too long ago. They're rioting, man. Okay? You people here in the West, you guys are bugged out, man. You're sedated. I don't know what they're putting in your food. I mean, I do know what they're putting in your food, your waters, all types of chemicals to where you don't have a backbone in your body, man. You people don't stand for anything, man. Okay? Whether you know it or not, there's uproars all going on all throughout the earth.
That's right.
Okay, sedition among men, people turning their backs on one another. These are all things that are taking place on this earth, man.
Come on.
Okay?
Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and the end, and the end manifests, even so the times also the highest that plain beginners and wonders and powerful words and endings and effects of signs.
That's right, man. All prophecy is manifesting and showing itself now, man. The Lord is having the chariots appear. All right, there's more footage on the chariots. People are, oh, what is that? It's a UAP now. There was a UFO, now it's a UAP. This is a whole bunch of semantics in this song. All right, no, that's the chariots of the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
Okay.
Verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed.
That's right, man. So we were just talking about it. Brother was talking about there's like a resurgence in stoicism, right? And you go on YouTube, you're seeing all these quotes from all these different, what do you call them, Greek philosophers and stuff like that. But what's stoicism without the scriptures, man? You can remain stoic. But when all hell's breaking loose, what are you going to do? Remain stoic? You're going to bug out in that day, man. Okay? Because you don't have the Lord, you don't have the covering, you don't have the truth. You don't have the foresight to see what's to come, man. You don't know the Lord's secrets, right? But we here at Great Millstone, starting with our apostles and elders on down, we have the secrets, man. We know the things that are to come. We know the future. We can tell you the future.
Okay, shalom.
Go ahead,
Crusade should be preserved from his same perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Shalom.
That's right. So this was written, man. The Lord already sanctified all of these things that are happening right now. The Lord already sanctified it, man. He's in control of everything right now, man. From the beginning, man, all the way to the end. Okay? That was it on that, Ark?
Yeah, that was it on that. Yeah.
Ezekiel 12, verse 21. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will make this proverb to cease.
That's right, because the vision was at the end of the world, the end of the world. Okay? Well, we've been hearing that since the year 2000. We've been hearing that since the year 2012. You see what I'm saying? But it's not the end of the world for what you people think, right? Because Esau's going to happen to where you believe that this place is just going to be done. There's not going to be no human existence, nothing, man. The end of the world is going into the end of this rulership.
That's right.
So-called white man's rulership, his kingdom, his power structure. That's what the end of the world is talking about. And guess who's going to be in charge after that? It's not going to be Moab. It's not going to be the so-called Chinese. Okay? It's going to be the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? So that's what's to come, man. That's what the gospel is about. All right? You people have lost that faith, especially in Israel. That's why we call this a proverb now. Oh, you guys been saying that. You know? Go ahead.
And they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
That's right, because even now, okay, Esau's bringing out movies depicting Jake and Israel and Judea, man, the so-called blacks in Judea. They have a new movie coming out called The Book of Clarence. Okay, that was produced by a warlock named Jay-Z. Okay, but he has it to where it's in the time of Yahweh Shai, man. And you have Jake as the Israelites, as the Judeans in Judea, man. And you have the so-called Edomites, so-called white people as the Romans, which is biblically correct. Okay? So what they're trying to do is, give you some truth, but then make a spin on it so they can be in control of the narrative. They're trying to actually basically say, oh, we've been saying that. You weren't saying that 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You weren't bringing out movies depicting Jake as who they were, man. You know? Go ahead, man.
For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I will speak.
People go to your divinators, all right? You guys are waiting for a new presidency, okay? You're waiting for them to give you hope, and especially Israel, man. Israel's looking towards Trump, man. They're thinking Trump is going to be able to save them out of their mess. They're using this whole indictment thing that he's going through. He's being quote-unquote wrongfully indicted and charged. They're basically relating it to Jake being wrongfully charged. Oh, we know how it feels to be wrongly accused. You know what I mean? So Jake's sympathizing with the devil, man. He's still the devil.
Yeah, like, the system.
Right.
The system.
Right. You know what I mean? No. Okay?
I'll put laws, statutes, and commandments be broken.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with the system. There's something wrong with the people who are in leadership.
That's right. Go ahead,
And the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, when I say the word, I will perform it, saith the Lord Yahweh power.
That's right, man. So that's going to happen in our lifetime, man. Okay? We believe that. We firmly believe that, man. The Lord didn't raise us up for us to have another generation come up and bring out this truth, man. Okay? This is the end. I just said it's going to happen in a matter of months, man. Starting with our apostle Tahar on down, man. He said that. Okay? A change in rulership is going to happen in our lifetime, man. Okay? World War III. Okay? Nuclear fire. That's what's coming. Okay? You thinking this is a joke?
Okay. Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh.
That's right, man. The Lord's going to make this manifest, man. Okay? He's going to bring your deepest fears to come to light. You think people are going to live wickedly and think there's not going to be any repercussions for that, man? Okay? The earth is right now is an imbalance, man. It needs to be put back in balance. Okay? The Lord is the ultimate. He's going to ultimately tip the scale, man, and balance it. Bring forth righteousness, man. Bring forth true judgment. Okay? Something you Jakes can't even comprehend, man. You're okay in this cesspool of wickedness, man. Okay? As long as Esau's in power, it's all good, right?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 30, verse 8. No, hello. Go ahead. Go ahead. Isaiah 30, verse 8. Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
That's right. So that's our people, man. They don't like to hear the truth, man. We're coming to give them the knowledge, breath, you know, and they don't want it, man. They want to hear lies. They want to be deceived. They want to be told they can do whatever they want. They want the so-called white man to still rule over them. You know, he's your friend. That's what they want to hear. Equality. All right? All these false ideologies, man. Right?
Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
They don't want us to break down the words of the Heavenly Father, man. They don't want us to set up, because we're watchmen, man. So we have to break down these prophecies. That's our job, man. They don't want us to do that, man. They're okay with listening to CNN and all these other news outlets, because believe it or not, we're actually a news outlet, man.
Right.
We're actually forecasting and telling people what's to come in the future. They're not. They're just reporting on what's happening now. That's the difference between these people, man. We know what's going to happen in the future, man. Through the faith and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Right?
Yeah, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit.
That's right. They want us to tell them it's okay to keep smoking a split, man. Crush up the back, the grabber, put it in the split, up grabber. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, do your thing, man. Let your man watch that. You know? Keep eating pork. You know? Keep committing adultery. That's what they want us to tell them. Smooth things. Right? They hear it in their music. And they think that's the culture. They call it black culture. Oh, this is our culture. What has hip hop ever done for you, right? But degraded you as a people. You know?
Verse 11, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
That's right, man. They don't want nothing to do with the presence of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Okay? They don't want to be cleaned up. You know? It's like somebody in the world trying to help them all, show them the right way. That's Israel anyways. They're all in the world. We're trying to help them up, show them the right way. You know? We're trying to give them a job. I don't want a job. I don't want to work. Or I don't want to do this. We have a whole support system that you don't want to take. That's true, man. Just being stubborn as hell. You know?
Wherefore, thus said the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
That's right.
Yeah, that was the point.
Isaiah 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
That's right. Our people, we're here telling our people that they are the Lord's people, all blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. That your true power is the Heavenly Father that you read about in the Bible. They don't want to hear that. You see what I'm saying? They have a okay, but they don't consider it.
Shalom.
They think that God is for everybody by himself. You know, if the white man can't be in the kingdom of heaven, I don't want to be in there. Right?
A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger.
That's right. And even going back into that book of Clarence, the whole synopsis of it is that they see Yahushua doing the miracles, right? But they were envious of it and wanted to basically do the same. You see what I'm saying? And do it for a monetary gain. Perform miracles for monetary gain, man. Man, let's just show you the wickedness of James, man. They didn't want to wait, take the time, and eventually the Lord is going to give you a gift. It's the kingdom of heaven. It's his pleasure to give you these things, man. Jake's always plotting, I need that shit now. I need to get my glory, my faith now. How am I going to get this shit? That's Jake's mentality. Like, I ain't trying to hear all that. I can't wait. I don't want to suffer. My nigga, you gotta suffer, bro. Because how long have you sinned against the Heavenly Father, man? Okay, we all sinned against the Heavenly Father. We're not saying we did it. We just acknowledge that we did, and now we're repenting of that. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference between a 1/3 and a 2/3, man. That's the difference between the elect and the wicked. Right?
This is Romans chapter 1, verse 6. For they are not all of Israel, which are of Israel.
That's right. Just because you're of Israel from the bloodline, right, doesn't mean you're actually of us, man. Because you're spiritually, you're of the mindset, right? You're not down for the God of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You're not down for his will. Okay? What was written in the book and that Holy Bible, man. Right? You have your own agenda. You have the agenda of Satan. Right? Doing your own will. There's something called who was now willed. Right? Someone was saying in the world, that's Satanism, man. There's only one will, man. That's the will of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Okay?
Isaiah 1, verse 4 from the top. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger.
All right, also, right, you see that they're pushing these two lady women in the music industry, Sexy Red and Sukiana. Well, you gotta understand that it all starts with the men. Okay? What do the men do? Our men as a nation, we fell off, man. So that's why we have our women doing a whole bunch of wickedness. However, they're still going to be judged for whatever they're doing. They're going to still have to be held accountable for the actions they made. But as men, we have to get in our right mindset, right? We have to turn back to the Heavenly Father and clean ourselves up. We got to lead by example, man. Right? They got to be, oh, there's something different about this guy. You know? Through our actions, they see that we're not moving how the world moves. You know? And it makes them want to do better. You see what I'm saying? Because through us, they get a form of peace. They're still bugged out in the world. But through us, these people get a form of peace, man. You know?
This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
That's right, man. And that's going into the curses, man. That's one of the curses. Now we live in this matriarchy society, man. We have women rule over us, man. It's the goddamn shame, man. You know? We got a whole bunch of family structure for our people is broken, man. You know? A lot of young children, they don't have their fathers in their lives to guide them and discipline them, right? So that they go out and do whatever they want. There's only so long a woman can discipline a young man, a young boy. You see what I'm saying? A woman can't raise a man.
O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path.
That's right, man. Our paths are destroyed, man. Every angle you look. Okay? There's always a snare, there's a trap. And Jake, Jake like talk about the trap. You know what I mean? That's a snare onto them, man. You know? Because why? That's gonna lead them into the prison system. Okay? They're gonna pay a rapper, talking about the trap, this, that, and the third, $1 million, whatever. How much X amount of millions, just to lead up a whole bunch of Israelite men into the prison system.
Which is $1 billion
Right.
industry.
That's right.
So your millions mean nothing.
Exactly, jack shit. But they know they give that million, they're gonna make it right back.
That's right.
That's nothing to them. They're laughing behind closed doors or in front of your face too, man. Because you have these jakes, man. Before they even get the deal, they gotta perform in front of these A&Rs in the office building. They're cooking and buffooning. They're presenting their hit song that made them go viral. All right, just buck dancing for Esau, man. When the fuck are we gonna grow up, man? Stand on our own two feet. And that's why great fear is falling upon Esau now when it's men like us, okay, coming into our right man, coming into our nationality, and knowing who we are, man. See what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is serious, man. Because they want us to be cool. You guys should be playing basketball. Why you not playing basketball? Sure. Why you not jumping? Why you not running track? Why you not catching pigskin football? You see what I'm saying? And Josh, why you not dancing? They get scared when they see us not doing these things. When they see serious men. We're about business. We're scholarly men. We're doing our research. Okay, that's part of our job. We're not playing games. Right?
Psalms 83 verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
That's right, man. So they do a diligent search to basically keep us down, man. How can we keep these people in a state of chaos? That's why they had something called the projects. You see what I'm saying? They put Jake in the projects, and they're basically overseeing and looking at us. How are we going to react? Do we give them a little bit of welfare here, take away certain finances from them, certain resources, call them impoverished neighborhoods. They put some guns here, sprinkle some crack here, all right? Set this block up against this block, right? It's all a trap unto us, man. But they're seeing how we can fall. And you can do that. There's some Jake that slip through the crack, right? Of all the oppression that Esau does. They're like scholarly people. They're not smart. Esau will put them into their system, right? He'll use them, he'll use Israel to basically perpetuate his society, right? Because through all of that, Jake is still ingenuitive, man. Okay? We still have ingenuity, man. In our mind, we create things, we're builders, right? It's in our spirit,
Proverbs 1, so like Proverbs 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
That's right.
But the way of the wicked seduceth them.
That's right. That's what you have. Right now, it's one of the Esau's a cutthroat guy, so that's why you have the Israelites being cutthroat. And really, they're cutthroat unto their own people. They can't go and act cutthroat to Esau. They straighten it up, man. Okay? You niggas that think you're bad on your blocks and your hoods and all that, when the police come, you gotta straighten up, man. Or you run. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes to Israel, you're looking at who's just on my block. You see what I'm saying? You're acting like a deviant unto your own people, man. A deviant. Oppressing your own people. We need to be building. We're really coming to this truth. Right? How much you're all shy, meaning that you're Israelite. Okay? And then building through there, building yourself up, building with the brothers. Right?
Jeremiah 10 verse 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. So yeah, so like what you're talking about, like our people are the innovators.
Right.
And basically, like all the patents, like a lot of these patents, what they're using, it was It was made by us. It's led by the so-called Negroes. Right? And basically, it's like they use a lot of our knowledge and they're making billions and trillions of dollars off of our knowledge.
Sure. That's a fact.
Yes.
Second Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
That's right. The Lord is the one that sanctions who gets his truth and who doesn't. Okay? Not the Lord. Right? If you can't get it, we're not going to force you to get it. Nobody here was forced this truth. They heard it. There was something in their spirit. It was on their mind. They reflected and like, oh, this is the truth. They did research. You see what I'm saying? And even before we came into this truth, we were looking for the truth. All right? I'm sure everybody can agree that they were looking for the truth. They found the truth. And then with that, they found rest. Right? Because in the world, you have anxiety. A lot of people in the world, that's all they have is anxiety, and they try and put that on you. You know what I mean? How am I going to pay my bills and how am I going to do this? That's immortal thoughts, man. That's not for us to be worried about. Man. But now we have rest and comfort. And that's why we're rich, man. You see what I'm saying? We don't need to be rich monetarily. We're rich through the words of the scripture we believe, man. You know?
Isaiah 30:21. In thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. When you turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left.
Based on what brother said, nobody forces you this way. All right, we just heard this word, and it resonated with our spirit. Right? It says, "My sheep shall know my voice." Right, and the voice came by way of the prophets. So the men you see in front of you, hours and Bibles and the videos, right? Those men were set up by Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. The foolish people called Jesus Christ. Alright? And we don't deal with Jesus Christ. We don't deal with that name only for edification, which means somebody who's doing the truth. We'll go along with it for, 1 or 2 times. But we'll say, hey, the name is Yahweh Shai. That's who you're saved by. And we couldn't give that damn what you heathens call them, because the name wasn't for you anyways. The name is for the people who were lost. He said with his own mouth, I was sent only. Focus on that word only. To the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So your job is to look through the Bible and try to figure out, mainly by watching videos, to know who the nations are of antiquity. Okay? This is how you get clarity. Because hey, if we're not of Israel, guess what we do right now? I'll be up north drinking and cracking a brew, having a good old time. Okay? It serves you no purpose to be saying, I want to serve them. Because guess what? The Lord didn't like you, man. If you liked you, they'll give you the laws. Fair and square. Alright? And that's the truth. And we're here to tell the whole truth and nothing but. The Bible has no chapter called the Book of Emotions. Alright? Or the Book of Nigalations. So you niggas that are out there siding with a white man, alright, guess what? The Most High's got something for you because you made a white man your God.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right? Brother saw there's a Jake, old fool Jake. He had a shirt that said niggas for Trump.
Idiot. Idiot thing that. So Trump is his God. That's why 2 Corinthians says what? In whom the God of this world. Now the God of this world is the so-called white man. Like it, believe it or not, that is what it is. The Lord has made it a God, a small power with a small g, not the everlasting power, Yahweh Yoshai, has been a God of this world, right? And he has blinded the minds of them which believe not. So when we see a Negro walking by, we know what he believes. Because guess what? We too are in the lost stage, walking around, humming and hawing, thinking we know something. All right? Until what? We're born again. We're made refreshed. Right? We were given the truth and brought into this glorious light. Okay? Not less, which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, right, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. Okay, so that light was shined upon us, which is why you see us here on a so-called long weekend, okay, doing this work. And we take joy in this, man. I was ready. You should see me country traffic to get here. Man, those brothers start you.
God.
You know what I'm saying? This is happiness, right? I am blessed, folks.
Yeah, man, because this is part of our healing as well, man. It's like, you know, you people in the world, you guys go to therapy, you have a psychiatrist, but we don't need no goddamn psychiatrist, man. Okay? We have a comforter that's Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? We're condemning this place, man. We have to deal with you people in our day-to-day lives, throughout the week. We got one day to come out and prophesy against this place, man. That's beautiful to us, man. That relieves our spirit, man. Because you can snap in the world. You see what I'm saying? So we have to come out here, man. We have to condemn this place. Okay? We can't just be talking like this on the job. You see what I'm saying? That's not wisdom, right?
Brothers, I hear you saying that word psychologist. So the psyche part of it is through the spirit.
Right.
So how can a carnal being tell you anything about spiritual things? All right? Only book on the planet is the Bible. That's a spiritual book.
That's right.
So this book has to talk to your spirit and be your guide. All right? So you guys must look at the words, and these words wasn't put together because the white man didn't know what words. The white man is a diligent bastard, man.
That's right.
He said the children of this world is wiser than the children of light.
That's right.
Okay? So this man knows his stuff. So even though you see with dissing Esau, guess what? Esau is the Most High's left hand. All right? And the Most High ain't a damn invalid, man, when the hand ain't working. Right? I keep saying the Most High is ambidextrous, man. Both hands are sharp.
That's right.
Okay, so Esau, even though we diss him, okay, because we were set up to speak against this mountain, which is so-called white man, right? He still has his place. Okay? They better respect it, or guess what? You didn't get caught in that snare. We respect the white man, so we'll give him his space, and we'll say, you know what, do your thing over there, we'll do our thing over here. Okay? Because that's his office, man. His office be wicked.
Well, he respects the men on the highways and byways.
God.
Because he doesn't send no centurions to trouble
God.
us. You see what I'm saying? So he knows we're certified guys, man. We're not to be taken lightly, man. And we don't say that proudly either, man. That's
right.
The power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? We never chose this, man. Most High chose.
John 12:25. He that loveth his life should lose it, and he that hated his life in this world should keep it unto life eternal. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there should also my servants be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor.
Have a script? You have more?
That's right.
Okay, Romans. You have more? Romans 13 verse 1. Let every soul be subject to the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh, the power that he ordained as the Heavenly Father.
So the brother's reading right now is in Romans, right? And it's pertaining to us. Because like I said, we don't care what you heathens do. Fight with the cops all you want. There's a gram, there's a TikTok, make videos of him beating your ass. We'll watch and laugh and pass it and say, look at this guy gets his ass whooped. Yeah. The Lord told us though to be what? Subject to the higher powers.
Right.
Okay? And the higher powers right now, the ones who is in control, so-called white men. So the law he set up, Lord said, you know what? Deal with it. Okay? As long as it ain't in country, it ain't like saying you must eat pork. And you must do this, which is contrary to our laws. Every other thing, we're cool with it, man. Why say 60 zone? We do 59. Alright? Our time we might speed. I say we're in a good cruise there. We do speed here and there, but we're mindful that we get caught. We don't like, hey, I can't wait till we walk our Israelites. No. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We're still mindful that the Lord set him up. You read, brother?
Whosoever resisteth, therefore resisteth the power.
Whosoever. All right. Christians love that word. Whosoever. Okay, whosoever of us. Doesn't matter how much you think you know, how much you're in the truth, how much you give tithe, how much scripture break down. The Lord said, whosoever cross the so-called white man. Read, brother.
Whosoever Therefore, resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Heavenly Father.
You see that? You're dissing the Most High. So anything that isn't Esau, right? You can't talk to me, man, my Israelite, man. Remember that fool in the States that was doing something, and the boy draw him down, and when the police come, he's like, yo, shut. And the Most High has put some spiritual power on Esau, and has punched through the glass and drag him to the window.
Yep.
You know that was a man like us, because when cops come, we're free. Say, yes, sir. Why you want my license, sir? Right? And that's how you deal with them. Show them that respect, because you're dissing the Most High. You're saying you're above the Most High. Okay?
And it's to humble you too, man. To let you know you're subjugated in this society, man. You know?
And they that resist shall resist, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
That's right. And on your own, look up that word Dalmatian and look for synonyms of the word Dalmatian and see if it's anything good. See if it's anything good. That's your homework. Keep reading, brother.
For rulers are not a terror to good works.
That's right. So see, we go out there boldly because the Lord considers good work. Right? The signs, they're offensive. Okay? But when the Lord says to do this. Right? How we dress, it's offensive to other people. But the Lord says to do this. Okay? So we're not worried about this for now. Because we know Esau is in wrath mode, man. The drums are beating. A time's gonna come, Amos 8:11, where I say, yo, me run this, it can't be here. We said, cool. We can't wait for us to come off the streets.
Right.
All right? Unlike his TV and his Instagram. It's Esau's. You can't do that now. Am I right? Okay. We know it's Esau, the God of this world. When Yahushua was here, okay, Satan checked Yahushua and said, yo, this stuff is mine to give. Okay? So we read that and we understand that. Okay? You so-called white people are the gods of this earth. Okay? But Yahushua, the creator, we call Jesus Christ, is going to condemn you bastards.
That's right.
Okay?
It says, for rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Yes, we're afraid. So we obey. Okay? We obey to the like we don't go out of our way to break the laws, man. We know one says don't sell drugs, but more so it's the Heavenly Father. Don't sell drugs. And they want to sell themselves to their own people and kill their own people. If you want to be wicked to the wicked. Stop selling our people drugs, man. Right? Stop killing your brothers. Stop being like your damn father, the devil, man. Murder. Okay?
It says, do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
That's right. So brothers make videos, and I say, oh, that's a good video, man. Right? I'm praising that brother. Right? That's a good video, brother. My apostles, when I hear him talk, and it humbles me. Yo, shh. Or something, hey, boy, quiet. I'm watching TV. Okay? I'm watching this. And I can see his spirit, because he's looking at you, so he wants to watch, so he wants to watch. Okay, I say, yo, when I'm done, and I feel bad for him sometimes, I know it's working for him. Okay? But yo, you have to watch what I watch right now. Most I give him the TV. But yo, the pastor's around, easy as humble. Right? And sometimes I go play a game, and I know he's looking for youth, and he can't, you know what I mean? So go do your thing. Okay? But that's good.
It says, for he is the minister of the Heavenly Father.
That means they're going dishing it out. He's the one giving your judgment. Psalms 17:13 says what? The white man is the Most High sword in so many words. Go read it yourself. Okay? You don't like to read, right? You want to sit down and have a spoon feed you, man. That's what we hate about you damn Negroes, man. Go take your Bible and put it aside your couch, your ground, whatever you say, and when we say something, look it up. Okay? Because we could be lying to you, but we're not. But we could be. And it's so easy. Let's Psalm 17:13. See what it says. Disappoint him, O Lord. I don't want to quote it, but it says, the wicked, which is thy sword. And the wicked is Job 9:24, so-called white man, man. All right? He's ruling the world. And the character has characteristics. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
It says, for he is the minister of Yahweh to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil.
I know it's good. Sometimes we hear, right, a loudmouth Negro or Negro S, okay, or them even. come up here and being like belligerent towards us, tempting us, men, because hey, we ain't no soft punks back here. Okay, now because we got a Bible in our hand means that they'll turn the other cheeks. Don't do it. Tell it, don't do it. Your own good, don't do it. Yeah? Okay. But if they come up here acting a fool, and the cops them come up here, guess who's getting moved? That happens so many times. They do. Okay? Because they'll be respectful. They say, who's in charge here? And the elder will say, hey, what's happening here? And we do it cordially. We're doing what we do every week. People try to wipe out and say, walk here on the sidewalk. And they choose to walk around. That's okay. We'll say, hey, it's a sidewalk. Okay? There's a peaceful protest.
We clean up after ourselves.
Con.
Right? If it's a nigga, when a nigga moves into the neighborhood, they piss in your elevator.
Con.
They spit in your elevator. They leave their wrappers. They bust the blunt open. They leave their blunt trash.
Con.
You don't treat places like that. That's someone's place.
Right.
So because this is someone's place, we treat it with respect. Right?
Well, Elder,
This is not our place.
last week you were here, I noticed, and a man put beer cans and the other man said, clean it up. And the man is trying to tell you you're doing the right thing, he was arguing with you.
For he is the minister of Yahweh to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain.
That's right, and the sword, the modern day sword, is a gun and a taser. How many times you damn Negroes get all mouthy and the one is taser your ass? Right? And we laugh. We say, serves you right. He said, agree with the adversary quickly, man. Right? What gun do you have? If you have a gun, it's going to be legal, right? And you can't, and even if it's legal, you can't pull it. Because it gives a stipulation. When you have a gun license in Canada, over the States, you have to put it in your back of the car, and you got to say where you're going, and draw a certain route, and then you know there's somebody to handle it. Okay? So the woman says, come and give you a direct command. Trust me. He, in his mind, is saying, I wish this nigga would. Yeah. That's what he's saying in his mind. Yeah. So they'll say things, they egg you on. Once you start having a conversation, and he feels that you're being a bit aggressive, he'll heighten it for you. But he can't wait to ease off that taser in you. And if you're a big nigger that's scared of him, he can't wait to put up a Glock, man, and bust a shot in you. And we know that. Okay? So we agree with that and say, you know what? Go aside, send this man to squash something. All right, no problem. Yes, officer, yes, sir. That's it. Give him his respect.
And afterwards, he's still a person.
God.
So trouble in him anyway. The Lord's going to reward him. You see what I'm saying? That's our faith.
But if thou do not that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of Yahweh, and revengeth to execute wrath upon that doeth evil.
That's right. And again, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. That's his name. It's not Jehovah. It's not Yahweh. It's not Ahaya. It's not those names you were told before, man. The men of the Lord, the sons of God. All right? He's saying our Father's name is Yahweh. Yah, He, Hawa exists. Done.
We speak about Proverbs 15 verse 1. It says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger.
You see that? A sharp answer turns away. Really get it? No?
A soft answer.
A soft answer. Yes, sir. But he might come aggressive. Hey! I said, all right, this man is a power trip. And he has a power. They say white power all the time. He ain't lying. You think he's lying? The white man rules this earth. Is that a good thing? Because he's doing it in wickedness.
That's right.
Right? It's not like he's righteous in ruling. This man pushed for pedophilia, LGBT, and say, oh, well, you know, it's like saying you're black. You know, it's the same difference. No. We didn't choose to be so-called black. Furthermore, you call us black. And call yourself white. And you ain't white. So-called white man is not harmless. Ask the nations around the world if that's true. Every single nation on earth, the white man has been to their country and dominated them, man. Take their shit. Right? Broad daylight. Put embassies there and says what? I'm bringing you democracy. That's code word for it. I'm going to kick your ass. Yeah. Right? That's it. The so-called white man is a badass on this planet. And we know that. Okay? But it's what? In wickedness, man. He was set up to be the wicked. Job 9:24 is pertaining to the white man woman, and child. Because
right.
don't get it wrong, the white woman is just as deadly.
That's right.
She's the only way he can come into this earth.
That's right.
All right? You know, in slavery, the so-called white man would rape the black woman, and the so-called white man's seed was put in the black woman. He's so stupid, he thought because she came from a black woman, it's a black child. No, bro, that's your seed.
That's right.
You put your own seed in slavery.
That's right.
Okay, the joke's on you.
That's right.
All right? Read.
It says, that grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright, but the mouth of the fools pour out foolishness.
And right now, it might seem as if I'm stirring up anger. I'm just speaking the truth. And the truth doesn't always make you feel good. We're not here to make anybody feel good, right? We're the bearer of bad news.
That's right.
Okay? Straight up, we're the bearer of bad news.
That's right.
Ecclesiastes 7:7 says what? Surely oppression makes a wise man mad.
That's
Okay?
right.
So if you ain't mad, the Most High, Heavenly Father Yahweh, what Yahweh should I say? This guy a fool. Like, what are you idiot? Okay? That's what we say. What are you idiot? Meaning I'm a fool. I'm a waste man. Are you saying no? The most, if Yahweh should I say, we got a waste man. Right? Why aren't you mad, Jake? You know, why are you mad at your brother, Jake? You ain't want to $40 last week, and this week, I pumped me out. $40, bro? You got to stop my $40. And you have pumped of your whole life. Put you in a project. He's tell you, this place is not a project. You see what I'm saying? This place, I'm experimenting your ass. I'm putting you and I'm putting 10 man and 3 girl. Right? You're gonna fight. Because Jake, Jake wanna get down. They have 3 hotness there, right? And 10 man. They're gonna be doing the same girl, pure adultery, right? And war. Alright, in the projects. Bring crack cocaine, bring guns, because we don't make guns. There's no guns called Browns, Johnson, and those names, right? Even though it sounds like we're saying, those are actually names, right? And they trick us and say, oh, those are white man names. Listen, the white man, you're a caveman, man. You have no damn name. Your name is fucking Yabba Dabba Doo.
That's right. That's right.
All right, that's your name. That's your language. Okay?
Your name is Slav.
God.
Your name is Surf.
Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained, to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Yeah, that's right. And you don't even want your dogs around these damn people, man. But Esau, he's heavy into bestiality, man. Okay? He actually gets off on dealing with animals, man.
Hey, what record keeping were you Edomites doing in the caves? Because you like to go to other people and be like, oh yeah, we rescued you guys from the jungles of Africa, and we had to teach you this and teach you that. What record keeping books did you guys find in the caves? Did you find drawings on the wall?
Sure.
When you go into the caves, did you guys see drawings? Did you see anything that said, oh, there was a great people here? Was there mathematics? There was nothing in the caves. There was nothing. The only thing that was in the caves was bones and shit, man. That's it. There was nothing in the caves. Esau didn't do anything. He just did, he regressed, man. He was a piece of shit. And the only reason why there was only any record of you as the wild man was because of our people. We wrote about you and we called you the wild man. Right? We even made stories about you. Bigfoot. There's stories about you because of us. You're a scary fucking story, man. That's all you were. We told stories about you to scare our children, man. And when you did come out of the caves, you came out of the caves just to thief, just to steal. And you didn't even speak a language. You came out of the caves like a damn monster.
For want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in the former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
This was able to preserve them through those dark times, man. Until the Most High said, finally, we're gonna put these people in power, man. See what I'm saying? Because go ahead, man.
It says, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven far from among men.
Why would you want to? Oh, go flat.
Yeah, because even the juniper roots is very, it's very beneficial for your health, right? And like, and it's a very strong root. Put up models. We put up models for the bushes. They cried after them after our thief. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men.
And look what's passing. Look what's passing. That's the spirit of the Alba Shem.
That's right.
That's that damn base man.
They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And now am I their son, and yea, I am their byword.
That's right, man. So now they call us niggas, okay? Now we're the ones entertaining and chucking and jiving for them, okay? And that's why when they see us in a serious mindset, they don't like that, man. They only want us to be dancing, rapping, singing for them, entertaining them, man. But when we're actually coming here with knowledge, okay, our pants is not sagging off our ass, they have a problem with that, right? When we're not talking to each other disrespectfully, okay? We're not treating our women disrespectfully, they have a problem with that, okay? But if we're degrading our women, they're fine with that, right? Okay? We're taking part of their alphabet agenda, they're okay with that, right? That's a good Negro, you know? They're not like the others, right? So that's the proverb and the byword, okay? But the Lord's going to change all that, right? And starting with the elect.
Book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
That's right. And Esau pays big money for you Jakes to be cooning, man. Okay? Because it's really monkey see, monkey do. If he sees somebody that's cooning and if Jake sees somebody that's cooning and buffooning, getting paid for it, that's a form of success. Right? So then what's that message perpetuating? Oh, if I do this, I'm gonna get paid for it. So then you have a whole bunch of Jakes acting the fool, man. That's why they call you niggas monkeys. Okay?
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 4, a quick precept, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the darts of branding is low, and he shall rise up with the voice of a bird, and all the darts of music shall be brought low. Because even right now, the whole music industry is being destroyed. And we know that 2024 is going to get a lot more severe, it's going to be more draconian, you know. So a lot of things is going to be happening.
Yeah, and that lowness represents the vibration. Because music is supposed to be a representation of a vibration. And that vibration is supposed to uplift you, right? Music can make you, can uplift your spirit. It can make you somber, right? There's also meditation music. There's nothing wrong with that, where you need to calm down, right? Especially when you're driving in this city. We're from Toronto. We have a lot of traffic. You got to be careful what you listen to, because if you listen to music that riles you up, you'll most likely curse somebody out while you're in traffic.
That's right.
But if you're listening to good music, music that calms you, you'll let certain shit go, man. So music can affect your mood. The reason why the daughters of music has been brought low is because the music and the musician are demonic.
I believe they even said like even in this music industry now, they're not really looking to hire. They're not really signing rappers nowadays. And these rappers are not even selling out their shows anymore. Right? The numbers are dwindling. You see what I'm saying? So that's all prophecy.
Book of 1 Samuel 16, verse 23. And it came to pass when the evil spirit from the heavenly Father Yahweh was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
That's right.
So what does that mean? That means music can put demons on you. Right?
That's right.
Because if it can make you, if it can remove it, it means it can also put it.
It's a spell.
You got a good percent. Malachi 1:1. The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. Verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh. He say, wherein thou hast loved us, was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord Yahweh. I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and let his mountains and his heritage waste with the dragons of the wilderness. And the brother was going into the Heavenly Father has love for one nation, which is the nation of Israel.
Like, say that again, Ak?
The Heavenly Father has love for one nation, which is the nation of Israel. Right? Verse 4, whereas Edom say,
It's like that's a nigger, right? It's a nigger, it's a bugged out nigger, praising a damn heathen. So last time it's not your people, man.
That's right.
That's an Ethiopian. They don't love you.
That's right.
You moron. That's a totally different nation altogether. Dark skin don't make it the same people.
that's right.
Damn fool.
That's right.
Verse 4, whereas Edom say, we are impoverished, but we return and build the desolate places, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. They should build, but I will throw it down, and they should call them the border of wickedness, and the people against who the Lord Yahweh had indignation forever.
That's right. Because as soon as Esau came out, man, out of the caves into rulership, right? You see nothing but him building construction, man. Condos building, especially in Toronto. Okay? All you have is condos being built up, 15-minute cities being prepared. Okay? That's what he's all about. To establish his dominance, his kingdom, man. See what I'm saying?
Quick precept, Amos 9 verse 7. And ye not, are you not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me? Because it's their holiday, right? Well, it's like some of us have that look, right? Ethiopian, because me, a lot of people look at me, right? Because I'm Jamaican, right? But like people look at me and they feel like I'm Ethiopian, or like they might look and they say he's not Ethiopian, he's a trade. But I'm not.
Right. And Israel is scattered. Israel. We have to say this. Israel is scattered amongst you Ethiopians, and Somalians, and Eritreans, right?
Yeah, and it's like,
because even like a lot of the Portuguese, right? Because like the Portuguese colonized like the islands, right? You have like the Portuguese explorers and stuff, and the Spanish, right? And they came, and like they were shipbuilder, and they came, right? And they came to the Americas, and then some of them actually went to Africa, throughout East Africa, throughout Asia, and so on, right? So our seed was spread, right? That's right. Are you not as the children of Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Saith the Lord, have I not brought up the Israel out of the land of Egypt and the Philistines? So even though the Ethiopians, like some of them are going to look like the Israelites, and vice versa. What they're the spirit of Ham, right? Like we're the spirit of Shem, right? So that's a whole different, that's a whole different ballgame, right? Because we come out the seed of Shem, right? And then Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know. Are you not?
Don't deny. Psalms 87.
Amos 9 and 7. Are you not as the children of Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Yeah, so even though some of our people are going to look Ethiopian, all right, but the Lord is dealing with the Israelites, all right, and he's dealing with his elect, all right, and like some of us are going to be scattered, all right. I think Amos 11 verse 11. Amos 11 verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt. All right, so our people are in like Iraq. All right, you have Israelites in India. All right, they call themselves city people and stuff.
Right. If I can add on to that, right? Because that's why when Elam comes over here, he sees it. He sees the Jacob, all right, Israelites, us, and he looks down on us because he actually has Israelites in his land, and they look down on them, man.
No, go ahead. You're very good. Go ahead.
Right? And their land, they actually have something called the caste system, man. So they're not saying they're surprised to see us, but they already trained to look down on us, man. Ultimately, they know who we are, man. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so like, if I can say, right, this Elam that comes over here, it's the Israelites from these foreign lands. They're not able to travel to the west. They're not able to travel to the west. Whereas these heathens of those lands are able to travel to the west. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time. So this is going to be the second covenant.
That's right.
All right. You know, so we're approaching that time. All right. So the Lord is going to come, and he's going to like it's going to be the second Exodus in this Egypt, because this is spiritually Egypt. All right. You have the paroxysm because you have like the frog symbols all over the damn Canada, America, and like basically like they're all warlocks. All right. Like they worship the damn Felix, man. All right. If you go to the cemetery, they have the damn phallic symbol.
Right.
It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros, and from Pathros and from Cush. All right. So yeah, so the Israelites over there, Somalia, Ethiopia. All right. And
Somebody get the word ham.
Oh.
Bible dictionary.
And from Elam.
Hey, hold on. What you have to understand, as the brother was speaking about it earlier, we speak about the end of the world, but the end of the world has happened many times. The end of the world has happened since Babylon, the first Babylon. The Lord spoke about he gave the dream unto Daniel, right? And he saw the image. That image represents kingdoms, and every single one of those kingdoms have gone down. And the only one that's left, which represents another ending of the world, meaning that the ending of the rulership of you heathens is about to come to pass as well.
That's right.
So if you don't believe in the end of the world, that's on you. But in every kingdom that has passed, you niggas have taken an idol. In every single kingdom. When we were in Africa, we worshiped Ra. And we still worship Ra today. But we also worship every other god from Greece, from Rome, and
Syria.
Persia. Wherever we were, we have brought those gods into the new rulership. Selassie, or the Ethiopians, all they represent is a rulership. And it represents the perverseness of what the Bible can do to people's minds.
That's right.
Somebody get ham real quick? Because at the end of the day, it's not even a great debate. Because all you got to ask yourself is, are you people Israelites? You're not an Israelite. So if you're not an Israelite, I don't even have to break down scriptures to you.
That's right.
This doesn't even pertain to you. Right. You're a nobody. Go ahead.
This is from the Bible dictionary, ham.
But because we're so proficient in what we do, we are going to get the scriptures. Oh, go ahead.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Hey, hold on. Don't even go any further. Because since we're talking about Ham, we have to talk about his proclivities. Because there was something that Ham also did. Because if you people, brother, you guys, hold on. If you people are talking about Ham, you have to talk about his proclivities and what he did. Because you don't represent us, man. You were the man that went and looked upon his father's nakedness, right? And if you want to go even further, because if you want to extrapolate, some people even say you might have did something with Noah while the man was drunk. You might have did something even more perverse, and that's a possibility. That's a possibility, man. That's a damn possibility, which means that you're wicked because you also had your woman there as well. So it means that you didn't even want your woman. You have your woman there, and then you still are looking upon a man's nakedness. That means there's something that's in your spirit That's perverse. And if you ever watch a show called Mando Magic, which explores the witchcraft that goes on in the land of Africa, you people in Africa are some witches, man. You believe in drinking blood. You believe in sleeping with animals. That's where these Caucasians got their perverseness. That's where you Caucasians perfected your witchcraft. You perfected your witchcraft from the Africans, the Hamites, which we are not.
That's right.
We are God's chosen people, the Israelites.
That's right.
We come from Shem. We don't come from Ham. We don't go back to Africa. We are not Africans.
That's right.
Just because we're dark-skinned don't mean we're Africans. We don't like you just like you don't like us.
That's right.
Same goes.
I got a script.
We
Hold
already
on.
know you Africans don't like us, and that's okay.
That's right.
We hate you like we hate the white man.
That's right.
Book of Genesis
Hold
9.
on. I want the brother to finish, and then brothers get the scriptures.
He became the progenitors of the dark
Yeah.
races.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, because yes, the world was populated by dark-skinned people, which is mainly Africans. Africans were one of the first rulers of the whole entire world.
That's right.
That was you, yes. You people ruled Egypt. You ruled Babylon. We know. Congratulations. But guess what? You're no longer in power. The Lord took you down for your wickedness.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Not the Negroes.
But what?
Not the Negroes.
But not the Negroes who represents you, Israelites. So, the Negroes, the West Indians, the Haitians, Dominicans, Guatemala to Panama, Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, the Argentinians, the Chile, Colombians, to Uruguay, and the Mexicans. But you Negroes are so bugged out in your mind, you want to link yourself up with the Africans, and you're not linking up yourselves with your true people.
That's right.
When really and truly, the Africans are some of the lowest scums on the planet Earth,
right.
based upon their actions, based upon what they do.
Genesis.
They
Hold on.
worship. They're what you know as polytheism. They worship everything under the earth, man. They have a god for the tree. They have a god for the grass. They have a god for the water. They have a god for every damn thing, man.
So it's not the Negroes, but the Egyptians.
But the who? The
Egyptians,
Egyptians are Hamites. Go
Ethio-
ahead.
Ethiopians.
So close the book. I don't need to hear anymore, because the Ethiopians are Hamites.
Libya-
Which means that you don't link up with the Israelites. There is no linkage. So you're trying to link something with something that cannot bind together. Go ahead.
Libyans and
Libyans
Canaanites.
and the Canaanites, which is the South Africans. Right? Of course you
Go
can.
ahead.
Of course you can. Simple and plain. So there is no linkage. And every real African knows that them and the Negroes are not the same. They already know that. Even Barack Obama said that. When Barack Obama brought his wife, Michelle Obama, which is a guy, he said, this is Michelle's people that went through the transatlantic slave trade, not my people. Okay?
That's right.
Is there more?
No, that was it.
That was it. Go ahead.
Genesis 9 verse 20. Noah began to be an husband, and he planted a vineyard.
Hey, and when you try to break away from the Brazilians, or you try to break away from the North American Indians, do you know what you're really doing? You're really breaking away from your true heritage as well. Because those people, you can actually see yourself in them. I had a friend of mine, he went to Brazil, and he says, that's my people. That man is not even in the truth, but he went and he saw the Brazilians, and he's like, yo, that's my people. And that's what's happening to you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans. You know what happens to you niggas when you go to Africa? You go to Africa and you're just like, oh no, something's off. Something don't sit right. Oh no, these are not my people. You know why? Because they're not. If you go around the Kenyans, yes. If you go around the
Nigerians.
The Nigerians, yes. If you go to Mali, yes. But if you go to certain places, you're gonna be like, nah, something's off. They don't do what I do. They don't eat what I eat. Their spirit is different, right? But when the Latinos move in the hood, why did Jake and the Latino woman mesh like this? Why? Why did that happen so naturally?
Same
Why did the Latin man and the Negro woman mesh so naturally? Like
same blood,
same blood,
same DNA.
same DNA.
God did. But
Go ahead.
and Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he uncovered his tent and he drank of the wine and was drunken and was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of the Canaanites,
Okay.
saw the
Hold on. Not just the Canaanites, right? Because he became the progenitor of the dark races, right? So you Ethiopians are also involved, who you're trying to call yourself the children of Israel now, and now you're trying to say that you're the chosen, which goes to Selassie. But Selassie was a Cushite. So does this pertain to Selassie? Of course not. Go ahead.
And Ham, the father of the Canaanites, saw the nakedness of his father and told his brother without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their fathers.
Hey, even the fact that he went and told his brothers like it was a joke or something, that lets you know how perverse he was, man. Everything about the situation is fishy. And we're going to get that true knowledge of what happened in the kingdom, man. And then it's going to let us even subject you so-called Africans even more, man. You damn Hamites are going to get subjugated even more for your perverseness, man. Hold on.
And their faces and their face were backward.
You know why? You know why they did that? Because they knew the law. So for people that saying, oh, the law never came about until Moses, no, there was always a law. It was verbal at that time. That's why they did that. How did they know to do that? How did they? They're just back in the day. Hey, there's no law. Hey, nothing's happening. Why didn't they just go in and just throw a sheet on their dad and just cover him up? Why did they walk it backwards? Why did they do all of that? Why did they take all those steps? That's letting you know there was a law. There was a law on homosexuality.
And their face were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from
Hold
his
on, but
wine.
why would it matter if you saw your father's nakedness if there's no law? If there's no law, like when you go to the YMCA, you're gonna see Esau come in with his dick swinging. Even little kids are there. Esau's there. Everybody else might be in shorts, and then Esau comes, takes off everything, swinging his damn dick in a damn a change room where there's gonna be a lot of men. There's gonna be maybe 100 men can pass through there in 5 minutes, and you're gonna be the only guy to come there. What's going on? Even trying to talk to people. Yeah.
And Noah awoke from his wine and saw what his younger son had done unto him.
You see, so what?
You don't know what happened.
Exactly.
You don't know what happened.
You don't know what happened. Because if it was just a look, it would have been, it would have been a little bit more of a just, but we don't know what happened. That's all we can say, right? A lot of people extrapolate, and I can't go against what they're extrapolating because, hey, it's left like that. Go ahead.
And he said, curse. And he said, curse be Canaan.
Yo,
A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren.
yo,
So that means that you Canaanites are going to have to build up our kingdom to be
that's
more
right,
so.
man. That's right, man. Damn perverts,
And
man.
he said, blessed be the Lord power of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So so we're going to have complete domain, because like how, like the Israelites, they basically went into the land, all right, the land of Canaan, and they subjugated it, basically. But even though a lot of our people are going out, our people start worshiping their idols.
That's right. That's right.
But see, when we get back to the land, all right, you so-called Amalekites is going to be subject, all right, and as well as you Hamites, basically all the nations are going to be subject unto the Israelites. Right?
That's right.
But even as we said, sometimes you find them drop in age, you might have paid them. And that might come a time where that will go on where you see for nakedness.
Yes.
So what he did to him, when they saw he did. So you're right when they say he must have done something far past us looking.
Yes.
It has to be something else. Or as he was saying that your father get up in age and he can't beat himself, you can't beat him.
Yeah, exactly. That's true as well. That's true as well.
Isaiah 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master.
Whoa. Brother had a scripture. Hold on. You had one, right?
Yeah. I'll bring up this one first then. Exodus 11 verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that he may know how that the Lord Yahweh do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
And one thing that the Lord is trying to teach you from the beginning until the end is separation. It was always supposed to be a separation. He was trying to create a holy season. And the difference is letting you know that not everyone who's dark-skinned is your people as well. There is many dark-skinned people in the world. Have you ever seen a Sri Lankan? Does a Sri Lankan consider himself to be a Negro? And a lot of Sri Lankans are darker than you people that are on the side. You people on the side are actually not that dark. When you look at your skin complexion, you Israelites actually have a pretty skin complexion, and you're actually light-skinned, dark-skinned people, man. You're not the dark-skinned people. Israelites are actually not that dark at all compared to other nations of people, man.
Bring it up.
Yeah?
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 12. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
Isaiah 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
That's right. Jake doesn't understand who the Heavenly Father is, right? And he's going into the different, understanding who we are as a people. But we actually knew there were different dark-skinned nations, man. So we weren't so keen to say, oh yeah, you're blood, I'm blood. We weren't even saying that. But we weren't so keen to link up with you people, man. We're asking the house of your fathers, man. Who are your fathers? So we know how to deal with you, man. Alright? There's laws on how to deal with the strangers of Israel, which are Israelites that live in different lands. Right? And then there's laws on how to deal with the heathens. Alright? To other nations. Okay? I'll jump down to verse 9.
Yeah, verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom and would should have been except the Lord of hosts had left us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Isaiah 11. Isaiah 11?
Yeah.
Isaiah 11 verse 9.
Yeah.
Isaiah 11 verse 9. It says, they shall not hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, and as the water covered the sea. And it,
all the Lord's knowledge is going to be on the earth, man. Okay, and guess who's going to be ushering that forth, man? The elect, 144,000. All right, how much you shy? 144,000. Okay, that's how we're going to govern the earth through the words of the Heavenly Father, His laws, statutes, and commandments, man. All right, and it's going to be a dictatorship, man. There's going to be no democracy, and you're going to know who your rulers are too, man. You're not going to be ruling in secrecy, man. Like in this pussy-ass kingdom. People don't even know who's really calling the shots, man. You think Trump and Biden are really calling the shots? You think Trudeau really calling the shots, man? You know? Those are just puppets.
verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles see, and he and his rest shall glory.
The ensign right here, man. Okay, we're the one. The elect is the one that's waking up. The root of Jesse, man. Waking up to this truth, teaching our people, man. Prophesying against this place. Okay?
Starting with Yahweh Shai.
Fine. Yeah, 11, yeah. Oh, okay. Alright. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to read from Isaiah chapter 45, verse 11. I'm going to read it and come down. It says, Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel and his Maker, asked me of things to come concerning my sons and concerning the work of my hands. Command ye me. I have made the earth and created man upon it. Even my hands have stretched out the heavens, and all their hosts have I commanded. I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways. He shall build my city, and he shall let go my captives, not for price nor reward, saith the Lord of hosts.
That's right, you heathens now. You guys gonna build an ark in me, man. Okay? Starting with you Edomites, man. The elites, you Edomites, the so-called white people. Alright? Because you're living plus, you're not really living, you're not living a finger in society.
Even the Arabs too. I was watching a thing on I think on Instagram or TikTok. It shows you what I think I was all because you're always for watching it. It was on the internet. It shows you like it like shows that the Negroes like who was being put in slavery.
Oh yeah, the Arab slave
Yeah,
trade.
the Arab slave trade.
That's right.
So I'm probably going to have to make a lesson about it, man. Because basically, like it's like they're living it up, man, and they have our people in bondage still to this day.
Why you think things like the guy is so rich and they profit off the slavery? Right? They just transfer that wealth to make a luxury city, so to speak. Where did they get that funds from? Dirty money from slavery.
Right, and the top people that are really in that land is Esau. They just took on that Arab religion, but they're really Edomites.
That's right.
Those men, the top ones, they'll put on their whole get up and everything, right? But they're Edomites.
It says, verse 14, Thus said the Lord, power, Yahweh Shai, the laborer of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabaeans, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine, and they shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, Surely Yahweh is in thee, and there is none else. There is no.
Where do you get that word supplication? Etymology? And blue letter?
15, verse 15. Verily, thou art a God, Yahweh. Thou hidest thyself, O power, Yahweh.
So as soon as that Jake, because that man who was praising Selassie, he was an Israelite.
Yeah.
The scriptures that he was giving us about the Ethiopian eunuch and about the Queen of Sheba, all they need to do is read what the brother just read. Because if you are so on our level, why are you going to come after us in chains? Why are you in chains? You're God's people. Okay, cool. You're God's people. Why are you in chains, my man?
He says,
Yeah, hold on. Let the brother get the word.
The word supplication, the Edom, on the Edom online, like supplication, a noun, late 14th century from Old French, supplication, a humble request.
Exactly. So a humble request is going to be begging us, man. Begging us to spare their lives. Begging us that we won't kill you.
A public prayer,
Jeez.
Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
A public prayer, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, you okay, I'm sorry. You are the Israelites. You're God's chosen people. I apologize. What do I have to do? Oh my gosh.
To beg humbly
Humbly.
from some under.
Hey, just like it says in is that Jeremiah, Isaiah, where they shall lick up the dust of our foot. Right? That's talking about the elites. But if the elites do that, what do you think you lesser people are gonna do? Come on, man.
It said to beg humbly, then it said from some under, then
Do you know what they're begging for? They're gonna beg for their life. Right? Just like when the brother Kazak was talking, when we encounter the police, right? You niggas have to beg for your life. Right? I can't remember the guy that they put in a chokehold. When they put him in a chokehold, he was begging for his life. when that guy had his knee on the guy's neck, he was begging for his life.
Yeah, George Floyd.
I can't breathe. Well, what do you think we're going to have the power to do? Right? You guys are begging Esau for life. What do you think you're going to do in our position? We're going to have spiritual power. Go ahead.
It says, from sub under, it says,
From what?
From sub under.
So when Esau did that, and when they broadcasted that image around the world, all they were letting you know is who's in power. There was nothing for you niggas to rebel against, because you rebelled, you burned some things, but you're still under, you're still sub. What?
And it said procure. So calm, appease, quiet, smooth, assault. It says positive
And that's what they're gonna have to do. In that day, everyone is gonna have to be careful how they speak to us.
Right.
Have you ever been around somebody with power and you see a kiss ass come? Oh, wait, do you need anything? I can grab your neck. Whatever you like. People are gonna have to think about how they're gonna approach us in that day. They're gonna have to test the ear. They're gonna talk to their other servants and be like, is he in a good mood? Is everything okay? Yeah.
That's right. It says in ancient Rome.
How many Edomites did he kill today? Okay, he's in a good mood. Okay. All right.
In ancient Rome, a religious solemnity, especially in Thanksgiving for victory or a time of public danger. And that's pretty much it. But basically, like we're under like the Roman Empire all over again. All right.
I had the blue letter.
Yeah, get the blue letter.
Yeah. This is the blue letter for supplication. And it says to intervene, interpose, pray, to meditate, judge, to intercede, to pray.
Yeah, that's right.
Verse 15, it says, verily thou art a God, Yahweh, that hideth thyself, O power, Yahweh, what should you say?
And the reason why he hid himself is because, first of all, he destroyed his people, his own people, for so long. And then the way that he hid himself is because of who he put into power. He put the Babylonians, he put the Grecians, he put the Romans, he put the British, he put the Russians. Every one of these other nations, the Persians, the Medes, all these nations came into, the Egyptians, they all came into power. So it looks like we didn't do anything. Like God wasn't on our side, I should say. Slakia. Go ahead.
It says, the Savior confounded all of them. They shall go to confusion together that are makers of idols.
Which is really what it's talking about when you go into the Apocrypha, when they said, this was he who we had in derision. Yes, it was he who you had in derision that you're going to see get beamed up into them spaceship, whoever those beautiful men are, whoever those chosen men are. Go ahead.
But Israel shall be saved.
But who?
But Israel shall be saved.
Not Ethiopia. I'm sorry. It's not me. It's God.
That's right.
It's God. But it's God. But Israel.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord.
It's just how the cookie crumbles. It's just how the cookie crumbles. That's it. It's just how the cookie crumbles, man.
With an everlasting salvation.
With an everlasting salvation. Meaning that this is going to be forever. That's another buzzword. Because you always hear that. You always hear with an everlasting salvation, which means that what did Paul say? Somebody get Romans, please, Babako Shah. Romans 10 or 11. Has God cast away his people?
God forbid.
Romans chapter 10, verse 11. For
No, it's going to be verse 1. 10 and 1 or 11 and 1?
brethren,
Is it 11?
11 and 1.
Yeah, get 11.
Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, has Yahweh cast away his people?
So, hey, can you read that part again? The everlasting?
Verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Can you read Romans 11?
Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, Has Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbids.
Right? So that's why it says what it says there. That's what the everlasting means. So even Paul knew how to interpret the scriptures, man. Right? This is an everlasting salvation. It will never come to an end. There's nothing the Ethiopian, there's nothing Selassie, there's nothing Queen Sheba. Do you know much children the heathens have of ours? That doesn't mean anything. Let's say, for argument's sake, let's say Solomon did sleep with the Queen of Sheba. Let's say she didn't get impregnated. What does that mean to the rest of you Ethiopians? That don't mean a damn fucking thing for you. You're an Ethiopian.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
So he lets you know that there's a specific a tunnel that you have to go through. Not the freeway, but the tunnel where it turns into one lane. That's it, right? It goes through Abraham, and then it says what tribe that he's from, and that tribe comes from who? It comes from Israel. Go ahead. Yeah.
It says, he shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end.
And really and truly, that not being ashamed is going to happen for the 144,000 first, because the men that are going to be a part of that that deliverance, they're not going to be ashamed of their testimony, right? Because like it says in Jeremiah 28:8, it says at the end of the thing, that's when you're going to know who the real prophet is. So they're not going to be ashamed, those men who get delivered, because you're going to seem crazy until the end, until you're delivered, and then you're not going to seem so damn crazy. People are going to be like, holy shit, you had the truth this whole time. Damn, I should have took you a little bit more serious. Go ahead.
It says, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, that created the heavens.
Right, because somebody get the scripture. In the land that they shall put to shame, they're going to get fame, man. Go ahead.
Yahweh himself that formed the earth and made it, he has established it, he created it, not in vain, he formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord Yahweh, and there is none else. I have not spoken in secret. In a dark place of the earth, I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek me in vain. I, the Lord Yahweh, Mashiach Shai, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right. Assemble yourself and come, draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image and pray unto a God that cannot save.
Exactly. And the Ethiopians have a lot of gods that cannot save, and one of them is Selassie.
Got it. All right. You wanted to...
Yeah, the land that they shall... Yeah, get
Hosea
that
1
first.
and 10, quick precept. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
Which is what this brother Kanawak was talking about, because guess what? We are in these different nations. We are, right? And we would be disingenuous if we never spoke about the people that are going to be delivered from Shinar and from Egypt and from Ethiopia. So yes, you do have people that are there, but you are not the people.
Yeah, because even me, I have that kind of look, right? But I'm Jamaican. I'm not Ethiopian.
God, so-called.
Exactly, so-called Jamaican.
Right? Just like when I get around Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians will be like, hey, are you from Ghana? I'll be like, no, I'm from Jamaica. Right? So we intermingle, right? Our features sometimes are similar, right?
It says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God Yahweh.
That's right. And you can't get around that, man. You cannot get around that. That's it. It just is what it is. So since there's a people that it's being said that you're not, in that day when it said that you are, it's going to be a shock. So can it be the people of Ethiopia? Because right now, you have a whole bunch of people that think that the chosen people are Ethiopians as well, which is mainly you Jamaicans, you so-called West Indians, not only the Jamaicans, right? Go ahead.
Yeah.
This book about Jeremiah, chapter 13, verse 23. It says, can the Ethiopian change his skin with the leopard in spots?
Yeah, which is going into it's deeper than that. Can he change his characteristics? Can he change his nationality? No, an Ethiopian is an Ethiopian. That's it. That's it. Right?
It says, that may also, that may he also do.
See, she chose the Savior. I see her shirt, but it says Jesus. His name is Yahushua. That's the God of Israel. That's our people. Her shirt says Jesus saves. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says,
But they are Orthodox Christian. No, not Catholic. They're Orthodox Christians in that land, right? So which means that they celebrate Christmas, they celebrate Easter, they celebrate all the pagan days. All the pagan days they celebrate. That's right. That's exactly what they do.
I think their celebration is September 11th.
Cool. Oh,
What's funny is you have their people choosing our Lord, and some bug nose Israelites choosing.
the picnic.
Rasta!
Yeah.
it says, that may he also do good, but also do evil. Therefore, will I scatter them as the stubble that passeth away by the wind of the wilderness.
That's right. That's right.
Scripture, Genesis 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Somebody get Hebrews 7, because that's a good one. Go ahead.
It says, thy hand shall be in the neck.
Start it again from what you started.
Genesis 49, verse 8.
Yeah, Judah.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
That's right. And the reason why we're going to praise Judah is because the Lord himself is a Judite. The Heavenly Father is a Judite. Yahushua, Judite. Right? So that's all you need to know. Right? Through Judah is where the saving is. We wouldn't exist without Judah, if you know what I mean. Exactly.
Oh, 7:14.
Yes, that's what it is. Get it real quick.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14.
It's evident.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Not Ethiopia, right? Sorry, not sorry. And the reason why I'm saying it like that is because this is a teaching that's actually destroying a lot of our people in the West Indies. Our people in the West Indies are destroyed. It's sad that we're in 2023 and the people in the West Indies are still walking around praising Selassie. It's actually sad, man, because that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is out there. The blood is off of our hands. That's why I literally laughed in that man's face. I cursed him out, but I laughed in his face because he's bugged out, man. He's bugged out. He's bugged out.
I got a quick reset.
Yeah.
To that script. This is Jeremiah.
No, hold on. You got more?
Yeah,
Yeah, hold on. Slack it.
It says, thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies.
Yeah?
It said, thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Hey, are these people, are they in the neck of Esau? Ethiopia. Are the Cushites in the neck of Esau? No. If you Cushites all died, would the world stop? No. But if you niggas all died today, this world would come to a fucking halt.
That's right.
This world would come to a halt if there was no more Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You people wouldn't know what to do. Your world would crumble. Your world would crumble. It's like when Donald Trump was putting up the wall to block the Mexicans from coming in. Why? Then they found out that he had Mexicans working for him. You damn retard. That's how retarded you Caucasians are. You hate on the people that build up your society.
That's right.
You can't do the jobs that we do. You wouldn't even know what to do. You're a retard.
That's right.
Baseman.
You're a base man.
That's right.
All the technology you have is because of all the so-called black inventors.
That's right.
What did you build?
That's right.
All you people did was go to court and get the patents for stuff.
That's right.
So you make money off of our inventions.
That's right.
So what did you invent?
That's right.
You Edomites only invented death and destruction.
That's
right.
Through the damn German scientists that built weapons of destruction.
That's right.
You go into other people's countries talking about weapons of mass destruction. What about the weapons that you created?
That's right.
AK-47. What about the nuclear bomb, you damn devils?
That's right.
You damn retards.
Isaiah 54 verse 6. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Yeah, which goes back to the German scientists that America and Russia were fighting over. Half went to America and half went to Russia. It was known as Operation Paperclip. Go ahead.
That bring forth an instrument from his work.
Hey, and those dirty-ass German scientists, oh, they're old now, but their research has been passed down, man. Right? It has been passed down, and they're still implementing germ warfare. I won't say through what. You people know. You people all got you all got tricked. Go ahead.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
That's right. And that's all that you're for. That lets you know the characteristics of a Caucasian. They're wasters. They can't do anything but destroy. So anything that you see that is positive, like all the inventors that are trying to develop the cars that run on water or the cars that run on electricity, that had nothing to do with Edomites. You Caucasians never invented anything good, right? The cars that you invented is the one that's actually destroying the earth. That's you. That's what you people do. You destroy the earth. You don't know how to cleanse the earth. You represent the destruction.
That's right.
Go ahead.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that riseth against thee in judgment shall thou condemn.
That's right.
This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord.
That's right. So we have the spirit of the Heavenly Father, man. That spirit of Yahweh Yahushai is on the children of Israel, whether they acknowledge it or whether they don't. That's why our people, they have what is known as a conscience, right? And that conscience is going to always bother us when we do something bad, man. No matter what bad it is that we do, we're going to have a conscience about it to be like, nah, you know what? That's wrong. Even if it takes them years and years to acknowledge that wrong, they will acknowledge it. That was the point? Okay, beautiful. Hey, somebody get, you have anything? Bring it up real quick.
Psalm 73, verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Why not? Why not? Well, how come they're not in trouble? Why are they not plagued? Because they're in rulership. That's what heaven represents. You people have to understand what the word and the scriptures is talking about. Why are they not in trouble? Why are they not suffering from certain plagues? Because they don't eat what you eat. They don't drink what you drink. Hey, in the time of Passover, go to Metro. Go buy a bag of chips that has all the Hebrew writing on it. Look at the ingredients. The ingredients is going to be two things. It's going to be water, corn, and something else. Or maybe sea salt. Go look at the chips that they sell to you niggas. It's going to have 30 different ingredients.
That you can't pronounce.
That you can't pronounce. Go ahead up.
Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain.
And that's what happens in rulership. Because did it not happen to our people? Of course it happened to us. Right? You had what was known as the black bourgeoisie. Right? You had these niggas, especially during the Dark Ages, they started to go into Satanism. They started to go into homosexuality. You know why? Because they start experimenting with their rulership. They got so high up, they wanted to just try different things. They wanted to do different things, right? They would sleep with their servants, whether their servant was a married person or not. Why? Because they were in power. They could do stuff like that. They could do wickedness like that. That's what power does to you, man. Power can also corrupt. That's why one of the greatest movies, I don't know if it's a trilogy or what, but it's known as Star Wars. Star Wars is really good because it talks about Anakin or Luke Skywalker, how he went over to the dark side, man. Because any of us can go over to the dark side. And that dark side is a representation of what? What the brother just read. Pride. Was it pride that you said? So read it again.
Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain.
That's right.
Violence covered them as a garment.
See, that's another one. Violence. Right? Go ahead. Because remember, when you get to that point, violence is what you're going to have to continually do. You're going to have to kill and kill and kill and kill. Silence and silence. Right? That's what Esau does. For the truth not to come out, Esau had to kill a lot of people, man. Go ahead.
Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish.
That's right.
They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Hey, and their eyes standing out with fatness because they want what the fuck is yours. They have everything. Like it just said, there's nothing that they don't have, but they still want what's yours. Go ahead.
Concerning oppression, they speak loftily.
Right, because they don't understand oppression. Because they're the ones on the side of oppression, they don't understand what the oppression is doing. That's why they look at you and they're like, what's wrong with you niggas? Why are you niggas in the condition that you're in? We're in the condition that we're in because your people have their foot on our necks. That's why we're in the condition that we're in. But they don't understand that because they're on the other side of it. Go ahead.
They set their mouth against the heavens.
That's right. And these devils, everything that they do is against the Heavenly Father. It's not against us as a people, God's chosen people, the Israelites, you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans. They don't care about you. They've already conquered you. They're on to the Heavenly Father now, man. They're trying to go up against God, man. Go ahead.
And their tongue walketh through the earth.
That's right. And that's their policies, man. Which is democracy, which is Luciferianism, which is homosexuality. That's why they're so mad at Uganda. They're mad at Uganda because their tongue can't walk through that land. And they're mad because their tongue can't walk through our households. In my household, you can't come with your tongue, Esau. And you're mad. Go ahead. When you have Esau's television in your home, you have to be very diligent, man. You have to be very cautious of what you watch. Even me, being in the truth, everything that I watch, all I see is a man's dick. All I see is homosexuality. Every show, all I see is man's dicks. It's not even like they're showing women. It's not like I'm seeing, sexy women. No, it's just man. So you gotta be careful, man. This world is a sick, perverse world, man.
Because it's suggestive.
It's very suggestive.
It's an invasive thought on your mind, man. It's war on your mind, man.
Proverbs 8 and verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy.
Read that again. That was beautiful. Yep. Good scripture.
The scripture.
It said the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride.
Whoa. Of course we have the scriptures. We're the Israelites. We're God's chosen people. That's us.
One God, right?
No. Of course it's one God. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12 tribes of Israel. Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans. No, you can't be. You're Ethiopian. You can't be. You're a Kush. You're a Kushite. You're Kush. You're Kush. No, Israel. That's how bugged out he is. He went from Ephraim to Kush and then went Kush. Bugged out. But see, That's one thing you have to love about the Ethiopians. They still have their ancient name, which is Cush.
That's right.
That's right.
Everybody has a biblical name. We are the biblical Israelites.
That's right.
God's chosen people.
That's right.
That's okay.
They know.
They know. They know.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Can't the woman walk on the world road?
No, but those are ancient men. They don't care. See, that's what I'm saying. You brothers got to get that spirit on you too. Them men don't care. That's just a woman to them.
Right.
Come on. See, you're in that gentleman spirit. You're in that gentleman spirit. I don't give a shit, man. That's just a woman to them, man. She's going to be subservient. Them men, their household is peaceful.
God.
That household is peaceful.
In order. Like,
Sure.
That household is peaceful.
Wash out China.
Yo,
yeah, clothes, you don't have to worry about life.
that man didn't even have to pick his outfit.
Bed sheets spread.
She even helped him put it up.
Bed spread as soon as we
Yo.
gotta get spread.
Yo, no, clap.
Put up there.
This book of Isaiah 40 verse 15 says, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
Hey, and the reason why you nations are of a drop of a bucket is because you're just being compared to the Israelites. Obviously, you're people. Obviously, we have to treat you with humanity if you do what's right. If you do what's right, we're gonna bless you as well. But compared to God's chosen people, you're a fucking drop of a bucket.
That's right.
You're nothing. Go ahead.
It says,
So that's why these conversations shouldn't even happen. These conversations is actually beneath us as a people. To where a man's telling us, oh, you know that Selassie, who the fuck is Selassie? He's a Cushite. He's a drop of the bucket. Go ahead.
God says, are counted as the small dust of the balance. It says, behold, he taketh up the eyes of us as a very little thing.
Exactly. So all you people, all humans, unless you're an Israelite, you're just a dust. You're a sprinkle. Go ahead. You're spit.
Verse 16, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient to burn as a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing.
Hey, that's why when we were in the garden, you Israelites, or I should say the Adamites at that time, you weren't able to eat of that tree. But every other nation was, because the other nations, who cares? Nobody cares what you do. You could worship a damn goat, you could worship a damn tree. Where did the Lord ever say, you Ethiopians don't worship a goat? He doesn't care.
Right.
The Lord don't care what you do. You could eat shit, all he cares, man. The Lord don't care. You people don't have laws, statutes, and commandments. Only the Israelites do. Moses only gave the laws to the Israelites.
That's right.
So whatever you people do, it don't matter. When you Edomites who are in the south, in the Bible Belt, when you rebel against taking the RFID, do you think that matters? The Lord don't care. You think the Lord's going to reward you as an Edomite for, hey Lord, I never took the microchip. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what you do. This only falls upon the Israelites, man. Those laws, statutes, and commandments. Why? Because the covenant, the covenants, plural, was only given to you. Go ahead.
God says, all nations before him are as nothing.
And how can he prove that? Because he never cared about them to begin with. He never cared about them to begin with.
That's right.
He never classified, tell me one nation that the Lord classified as the apple of his eye. Only Israel. Which other nation was a friend? Which other people would the Lord say, yo, that's my brethren, that's my friend? Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity.
And
Remember the Lord in the Psalms 2, Elder, where it says, ask of me, and I'll give you the Gentile for thy inheritance. Now, we have children, right? And your child might want a PlayStation.
yeah.
And you give him a comic book. Flex. Like, that's all you wanted. Yahweh, and the Lord knows Yahweh's mind. So ask me, I'll give it to you.
Give you anything.
So Yahweh what? Slave.
Yo, straight.
Ask me what? You get it.
Remember, he said, can you offer him anything when the whole world is his? He said that, right?
That's right. That's right.
Get anything you want.
Samar? No, it's in book of Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. It said for the Lord, it said for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power.
And we're not right now. So yes, if you want to judge us now, yes, you're right. We're not a holy people right now. We're not. What we're doing, we're rehearsing the righteous acts because that's the time that we're in. We're in a time known as grace. But that grace doesn't fall upon nobody else except for the men that are doing the work and the Israelites that are going to come in onto this work. Right? So Israelite just rode by, guess what? It's not for him. Hey, that's okay. He just missed the grace. Right? And that's okay. Go ahead. He'll rather take his chances in Babylon. I don't think anybody told him Babylon's going to be destroyed. That's okay. Go ahead.
It says, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power.
That's right.
It says,
And that's why he has you. He has such high standards for you as a people. The reason why, you know, where sometimes you get frustrated because obviously you as a people that have to follow law, statutes, commandments, you'll see an Edomite and you'll see for you Jakes who are in the world, you like to eat shrimps or you like to do this, right? You might eat shrimps and you might have an allergic reaction and die. These Edomites can eat damn dog shit and survive. But you Jakes, you're so sensitive to everything. You know why? Because the Lord has them separate, man. You know when you're a kid and you see somebody ask your mom, yo, why can't I do that? Because you're special, that's why. How about that? How about that? You're special. That's why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you can't do everything, man, because you're special. That's why. The heck? Go ahead.
so the Lord thy power hath chosen thee to, it says, so the Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Hey, and I'm sorry to tell you that you being special, because this is another part that bugs out a lot of brothers as well. That's a video I have in the pipeline. A lot of people feel like they've already been chosen. And sometimes when you're raised up with that mentality, you feel like you can do no wrong. No, that's not how it works, man. You still got to do what? You still got to put in that work. Still got to put in that work to the best of your ability. Yes, you're a special people. Yes, you're chosen, but that doesn't mean that you're saved from destruction right now. You got to put in that work right now, because that mentality is not a good mentality as well. When you think that you're just better than everybody, you know what you start to do? You start to become a degenerate, and you never want to become a degenerate. You always want to prove to people why you're special. That's what you want to do. You want to be a living example of your special gifts, to make people be like, yo, you know what? I can see why these people are special people. Go ahead.
What?
Some people just talk. I'm God's chosen people. God love me. That's it. What have you done lately for the Heavenly Father? What have you done lately to exalt yourself to where you're exalting the Most High? To where people look at you with admiration, to where they're like, yo, man, yeah, these are righteous men. Go ahead.
What? Because the Lord loveth you, and because he would keep the oath. It says, but because the Lord loveth you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers.
Exactly, but it really, what did it start with? Did it start with the oath? Did it start with something that he swore to the fathers? He said, because I love you. No other nation knows what that's like. No other nation knows what that's like. The only thing that you nations are receiving is benefits because of our punishment. We're being punished, and you're just benefiting from our downfall. That's it. It's like you saw something fall on the ground. If I see a man drop $100, guess what? I'm fucking picking that shit up. I just benefited. The heck? You niggas, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you dropped the rulership. Guess what Esau did? He picked it up. He's like, fumble. Finders keepers. Losers weepers. As a grown-ass man, we still follow kid laws. You better know that as grown-ass people, even though kids talk like that, that shit still applies now. You finders fucking keepers, yo. That's how it goes. The heck? A man watches you fumble something, guess what? A man might pick up what you lost. It's just how it goes. It is what it is. Go ahead.
Well, because the Lord loveth you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord, it says, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand.
And really and truly, that oath is just merely rulership. That oath is for you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to be in rulership. But he wants you to be in rulership in a specific type of way. You can't just rule like a degenerate. You can't rule like Saul. You can't even rule like Solomon. Really and truly, Solomon was a representation of good. Solomon is good, but we can't even rule like that. He wants us to be perfect. Perfect. Go ahead.
And redeemed you.
Not even David. Those men are not even our examples anymore. I'm sorry, you're not. My example right now is Yahushua. Right? That's it. A man who came and did it perfectly. Because we all fell short of that glory. Who didn't? Yahushua. So not even our kings, not even our great men of the past are our examples anymore. We can't even glorify King David because King David was wicked. Go ahead.
And redeemed you out of the house of bondage, for the hand of, it said, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
That's right.
Know therefore that the Lord thy power,
No, go ahead.
he is power, he is God.
Yep.
It says the faithful power which keepeth.
Hey, that's why the Lord doesn't do well with us stepping out on it. Because it just said that he's faithful. Because he could have chose other people. He could have gave his promises to other people, but he's been faithful. So what the fuck is going on with you people on the sun? Why can't you be faithful to one God? Why can't you be faithful to the only God? I hate when people say one God, like there's multiple gods. There's one God. Every other God is made up.
That's
Every
right.
other God is fake. It's not real. There's only one God. Everything else is made up. The God of the ocean, the God of the tree is fake. That's not real. The one God created everything you see. Go ahead.
Know therefore that the Lord thy power, he is God. So the faithful power which keepeth thy covenant and mercy with them that love him.
See that? See that? So that could have never went to the Ethiopians. And the only reason why I'm sticking on you Ethiopians is because it's Ethiopian independence or whatever day it is. Right? There's a lot of them passing. You guys could never get that covenant. Right. None of that. Go ahead.
And keepeth his commandments to 1,000 generations.
Damn.
And repay them.
Hey, you see, and that's why it doesn't matter when the Lord delivers us, man.
Yeah, we have to sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah, we have to
because
sit down.
it's coming.
That's right.
It's coming,
We have
man.
to sit down.
It doesn't matter how long Esau's in rulership. I don't give a damn. I want Esau to go down tomorrow, but it doesn't matter if it takes him another 2 years. It doesn't matter if it takes him another 3 years. Esau, you're going down, and you're never going to get the promise. The brother just read it. Just read it.
And repay them.
There you go.
And repayeth them that hate him.
And repayeth them
Their faith.
that hate him. Right? So everyone that hates the Heavenly Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he's going to repay you to your face. He's going to let you know that what you did was wrong. Go ahead.
And repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to
Hey,
them.
you know what that means? If you want to put it in today's term, the Lord's going to pull up. He's going to pull up on you. The Lord's not going to diss you. The Lord doesn't do, he's not a keyboard warrior. The Lord's going to pull up.
Right.
He's going to see if you're about what you're talking about. And when he pulls up on you, trust me, you ain't going to be there.
To destroy them that to destroy them, he will not be slack to them that hated him. He will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep this.
Take your time, brother.
Thou
Unless you
shalt-
want somebody else to read.
It says, thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and his statutes and his judgments, which I command thee to this day to do them. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Which only applies to you Israelites, man. It doesn't apply to the whole world. So his covenants, his statutes, his commandments, you got to keep them, man. Right? And part of all of that is the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's it. Keeping the word to the best of your ability, man. That's scripture. What do you have? What scripture?
Psalm 75.
And what?
And verse 4.
Okay, go ahead.
Think about Psalm 25 verse 4. It says, I said unto the fools, yield not foolishly, unto the wicked, lift not up thy horn. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not of stiff neck. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one, setteth up another.
Break it down.
That's a great story, how these people do that. It's like the power. It's like God to accept now, so this song is like so-called, he has like that complex, thinking that he's above everybody else, and he's not actually that's what he thinks.
Lift up your voice, brother. If you got to go closer, go closer.
Actually, what he says that Esau has a God complex, and he thinks that he puts himself up, thinks that he's actually, his power is by his own doing. And the most is actually, the most is how much you are shy, is one that brings you up. That's why actually look like this. It says, for in the hand of the Lord Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red, there is no mixture, and he poureth out of the same, and drags the earth from the wicked of the earth, shall reap them out and drink them up. Also, Yahweh is not shy, you know, God of religion,
You guys are good.
it says, it's the sun that doesn't be hungry. Comes to Yahweh shy, not but comes to what's that? That's how it's supposed to be happening. It's supposed to know that the power behind you of your own.
Esau's going as an axe, right? Or the hammer of the earth. Now a hammer can be a very cruel instrument, right? But it needs that power behind it, you know? Like somebody has to actually pick it up, right? So you can apply its force. So Esau being the hammer, right, is not giving praise or acknowledgement to what? The force that's behind him. Okay, because he has this God complex, as the brother was saying. Okay? Right? And the Most High said he's a God of this world. Okay? So the Most High didn't say he's nothing. Right? Because being a God of this world is a very, very important role. That's what we're in wrestling. That's what we're wrestling for. We want to be the ruler, right? The power of this world, but in righteousness, man. Right? Women will know their places, right? And won't be any confusion about who's in rulership. Okay? And you Israelites,
That's right.
you Israelites got a problem with what? Subjection, right? And order.
That's right.
Okay? The so-called black women have no order, man. Okay? They're out of order. They want to talk to the men some kind of way. And even the tribes, you see the tribes, the Hispanic women, their fathers have raised them to be good wives. But a so-called black woman was raised to be a big mouth brute, man.
That's right.
Okay?
The book of Jeremiah 31 verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
That's going to the whole nation. Okay? But we can apply it to you women. You Judite women, man. Okay? Majority of you are out of order. Okay? But the whole nation of Israel, okay, has been put out of whack, man. Okay? Read.
How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth.
That's a new thing. Okay? And you can learn from the other nations. You think Elamite women can be queen and pull their earrings out when the men is talking to them and take off shoes and in the man's face? Elam will box that.
Well, you better send some videos in the group chats when that happens.
God. God.
It doesn't end well.
God. On TV, on live show, yeah, why she slap? Why she slap? Can slap her back. You know?
Yeah, can.
But why she slap?
He said, for the Lord have created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man.
And the Lord
Right.
created man. Okay, the Lord created. You know why? Because we, as the Lord's women in the spirit, we step out of the Lord. Okay? So I say, oh, the big and bad, so I'll make your woman, okay, rule over you. Because Israelites of the 2/3 stock want to rule the Lord. They want to be like so-called white man who thinks he's a god. All right? They have a God complex, man. The ones that will spirit, okay? We're given orders and we're made to be subject unto the Heavenly Father through His Son. We got 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Go ahead.
Why would we have to tell her that? You don't have to instruct an adult to go ahead. What is she going to do? Want to rule? Where should we go ahead?
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. So it was in prophecy that the Israelites were going to what? Lose their heritage, lose who they were, right? Being something to be called black people, when black just means dead, okay? So the so-called white man has taken the name white unto himself, which means pure, harmless, angelic, okay? And it's so far from the truth.
That's right.
Just look around. The so-called, the thing you can't say,
The juice.
needle, okay? He's been offering the people. Look, if you are dying from it, man. Falling, held the people playing basketball, drop dead on the court.
Lies.
People in the news sit, drop dead. And this
LeBron James' son?
done, right? Right. So this man, right? This man is about pushing death and bringing death forth. Bible says, wages of sin is death. Okay. So when you do something wrong, God said you shall die. That's your pay.
right.
That's your wages. Okay. Now the so-called white man, all he does is bring forth death. A damn burger. If you look at what's in a burger, a hamburger seems so harmless. It's so bad for you. If you eat too much of those things, you get sick, you get overweight, right? You start getting pimples on your face. Okay, a pizza that's promoted two for $10, whatever. Eat those things in a crazy amount in excess, you're gonna get fat and sick. Okay,
Right.
sugar is so bad for you. And you say, you know what? Stop eating sugar. We'll give you NutraSweet and Splenda, which kills you as well, man. So the so-called white man is as death. Right? That's why in Malachi 1:4 says he's a border of wickedness, man. Okay? Back in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Verse 4. Who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called power or judge. Right? It says God there, but the so-called white man is what? The judge of the earth. Right? But in unrighteousness, man, and he puts himself above what is right. Okay, everything that's right, he's contrary to it. He opposes it. All right, everything that Most High says to do, he says don't do, or it makes ways so you can just sin.
Right.
Sin is good. You know what it's called? Sin City. You think there's Sin City in our kingdom, man?
Where is it?
Or that is worship, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, shows himself that he is God. So we know the temple of the Heavenly Father is us, man, our body. But in 2/3 of our people, the so-called white man image in his mind, right, is basically extolled. Right? When you see a so-called Negro, everything he does, even though it says black culture, who didn't give it to him? It wasn't Heavenly Father, so-called white man. All right? He pushed for the sagging, man. Let your pants hang off your ass. You're a damn homosexual. All right? Well, your pants, that's good, man. Good. See? That's a good brother. Right? He has hope for him. Right? He heard the truth and he put his pants up.
Real shit.
Right? He wasn't proud. I mean,
That's
you
big
know,
man thing.
done.
That's what we call big man thing.
Yeah. Right? He heard the word.
And there's nothing wrong with being correct.
You know what I'm saying? the so-called white men through rap music, right? Which rap music is a bunch of serial killers
That's right.
singing about killing their own people.
That's right.
All right? That's all it is. Bunch of serial killers. Because serial killers, they have something. The nations are angry. The nations are angry. They're mad. You see? Because the Most High gives the fear of the Most High. He's doing that. If you understood this, then the Most High made his car split and burn out building. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but that's how the Most High wrote, man. It was the so-called white man has put his spirit on the so-called blacks. Okay, so they even love to call themselves blacks, right? I always say, listen, man, I'm a black man, I'm a black man. They'll argue with you, man. So you know what? We know not to contend with them. Let them be black. Okay, we're comfortable and we're happy to be called Israelites, man. That's what we say. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
That's right.
Right? He gave us a nationality, man. And ain't no nation greater than came earlier, Deuteronomy 7:6, that we are above all nations, man.
That's right.
All right? Even in the lowest Baghdad state, we're above them. All right? Because in the kingdom, that Baghdad Negro, with the Bible says a shameful thing for a man to have long hair. All right? And he was going scriptures. He sang Selassie, but you know that, oh, said this and said this.
Damn retard.
You know what I mean? He's going scriptures. I if Selassie wrote anything in that book. Right? It was Yahushua, man. It was his spirit. Psalms 40:7, man. Let me get it.
And in Ethiopia, like I said, their religion is Orthodox Christianity.
God.
The Bible never gave us Christianity, right? But guess what? The scripture says about Christians in the Bible. The Bible that says that the Israelites, we were Christians.
Right.
Hebrews 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loved him, he chastised him, and scourged him every son whom he received him. If you endure chastisement, the Heavenly Father delivered you as with sons.
That's right.
And what son is he whom the Father chastised him not?
That's right.
But if we be without chastisement, therefore are all partakers. Then are ye bastards and not sons. For when it says furthermore, for we have fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subject unto the Father of spirits?
So that's going to like fear him that don't fear him that kill the body, but fear him that destroy the body and the spirit. Because yeah, you scare your father. Some people's father don't play, right? You know, some people in his house and you play the fool in their house. Some father when they come home and you carry, my father, you bored because he beats you and his kids.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right?
And then tell you, forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Parents.
Yeah.
So I said, what?
Yeah, man. So we fear the Heavenly Father because we know the Heavenly Father is above all that.
That's right.
Right? The Most High will kill your black ass and put you back next generation right away. Okay? Come back. Do it again. All right?
Bring this up.
Go ahead.
Psalms 40:7. There, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me.
Hence why it's called the Word. Okay?
Exactly.
That's why it's called the Word. Okay? Because the Most High, right, made his son and wrote a story about the son. All part of this book is Yahushai, man. We're lifting up Yahushai. Right? So it's written of him. The whole book. So you can't be ashamed about any part of this book because it's Yahushai, man. And I know you about the Negroes, you know, about the great doctrine, right? It's in the book. We're not saying we do that.
Exactly.
All the apostles are saying, hey, in our law, this happened, right? It's in the Bible. You think any man, a lot of brothers have daughters. You think any brother, I watch that, and he says, you read my 7-year-old daughter. That's how buggy you guys are, man. But you guys,
But in a lawful society, which is our society, you won't really get a chance to do that with a man that has authority over his daughter. Because when women go outside, they go outside with an uncle, a brother, or a father. So you don't even get a chance to do that. But the scriptures also tells you about the careless women. And when you're a careless woman and you're outside, that's able to happen.
Right.
But it's still lawful because it's letting you know, if you do this, now you're responsible for that woman forever.
Right.
It's not like you just damaged her and you have to leave her. No, you damaged her, but now you have to be the one that's going to care for her forever, for the rest of her life. That's righteous, man. Because you know some men just have that spirit on them. And let's just be real. Some men just have that spirit on them. I don't care what nobody tells me. I grew up around people that were like that. They had that mentality. If a girl don't give them, they're gonna take it. You crazy? Even worse, if a girl comes to the man's house, some men are gonna be like, what? No. What do you mean no? You know how much girls know that? You know how much girls when a man, enough girls will tell a man, no, 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 no. And then you have that man that says, what? And the girl will be like, okay.
Take it.
And enough girls don't even say it. They have to keep that forever because they know they went into a man's place and they told them no, and that just happened to be a mad man. And they have to just take that.
Now it goes up. We give all glory, praises, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
We say Kwame Yasharallah.
Kwame Yasharallah.
Abad Babal.
Abad Babal.
Shalom.
Shalom.